What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Zaynomics Gaming. I hope you are all doing well and having a great day. Today I wanted to go over a prep guide for the upcoming season. At the time of this recording, we have 38 days left in this season. This video will mainly contain talking points centered around a prep guide, so feel free to do as you please while listening along. Now let's get started. First and foremost, I like to do most of my prepping in the summer because of Solstice of Heroes. While you are completing armor objectives, it makes sense to grind out packages as well. Now you can obtain a number of resources from these packages, which makes it worth my time personally. I am always hunting enhancement cores. I find that enhancement cores are the most valuable resource in the game. Since I create content, I am always masterworking weapons to see what works and what does not. And since you have to use enhancement cores for both armor and weapons, I personally burn through them. Solstice event always allows me to recoup some of those cores. You can also get enhancement prisms as well, but it's very rare. Another thing you'll want to do is grind for a well-rolled compass rose. One of the best things you can do is acquire a godly roll for every weapon and save it. Bungie makes changes and the meta always shifts. It's better to be safe than sorry. For example, Bungie nerfed 120s recently. Rampage no longer gets the 2 taps inside the Crucible. Luckily for me, I saved 2 rolls of Criminal's Dagger. One roll has rangefinder and kill clip, the other has moving target and kill clip. Criminal's Dagger is better than the reissued Loud Lullaby. Unfortunately, a lot of players have no choice but to grind for a Loud Lullaby due to kill clip. Kill clip still allows for the 2 taps inside a Crucible. So while you're playing the Solstice event, grind for packages and grind for a well-rolled compass rose is only available for this event. Moving on, I want to mention obviously override missions. These are a great way to farm great weapons through the Umbral Engrams. Like I said before, the meta can change at any moment, and I personally like to be prepared. You also want to complete all of the seasonal challenges if possible for the Bright Dust. The Bright Dust is used for Eververse items, so you don't have to spend real world money to obtain certain weapon ornaments, etc. If you are way behind this season, completing those challenges will give you a massive amounts of XP to boost your season pass. You also want to take advantage of the spider's inventory on the Tango Shore. Each week you can purchase 3 enhancement prisms and 5 enhancement cores. It's not much, but it adds up in the long run. Easy things like this really help you in the long run, especially for my new players. Spider's bounties also award 1 enhancement core. Now I know that's not an efficient way to grind cores compared to Banshee, but it awards 15k Glimmer. So if you're short on Glimmer, complete the highest difficulty bounty. It's very easy to complete solo, roughly takes 2 minutes altogether, and if you are doing the Solstice event, that little bounty will help you complete armor objectives. So it's worth it to me, especially if you're short on Glimmer, because I'm always out of Glimmer. I don't know why, for some reason I just don't have any Glimmer and I can't buy anything at all. So I do them every week. From there, I recommend playing your favorite playlist activity. I personally like the Crucible because it's easy to rank up and you can acquire a ton of resources and exotics. It's the main playlist I play when I'm bored. Gambit will work as well, but it takes forever to reset the rank. So it is definitely not an efficient way to grind out resources, so I would stay away from Gambit personally. But if you really thoroughly enjoy Gambit, then this method will work as well. It's just going to take a lot longer. Now, as of now, the Vanguard Strike does not have the same ranking system as the Crucible or Gambit. You will receive tokens instead when you complete strikes. Then you have to cash them in, as of now anyways. However, that will change next season. Bungie will remove the old ranking system and implement the changes that the Crucible and Gambit currently have today. So make sure you turn in all of your tokens before the end of the season, which is 38 days from today, like I said before. I definitely recommend grinding Nightfall strikes when double loot comes around. Master Nightfalls are the best way to acquire shards and more resources. Remember, you only need to do Grandmasters for adept weapons. If you got a great fire team, then go for it by all means. Remember, you can also hold shards and prisms in the Postmaster, but be very careful to not overfill your Postmaster or they will be deleted. Now I want to talk about Iron Banner. We know that Iron Banner will be back one more time this season. I recommend completing all 4 bounties on each character and saving them. Unfortunately, it will not count as a pinnacle source next season, but you have a chance at acquiring some of the new Iron Banner loot associated with next season. I've been doing this for a while now. Usually Bungie has a few new Iron Banner weapons to join the loot pool each season. If you can be the first to obtain those weapons, then you are golden, especially since you will be one of the very few to have said weapon. During that week, there is always a Valor boost, so this will help you blow through resets and gain those resources and exotics that you are after. It's also a good idea to complete legendary lost sectors if you are targeting class specific exotics. Fairly easy to complete and take no time at all, especially if you have a high enough power level this late in the season. Last but certainly not least, if you need some motivation, don't forget to complete your exotic catalysts. Exotic catalysts make these weapons way more powerful in their own right. So as you play these activities, be sure to use those exotics and get them completed while you're grinding for resources and god rolled weapons. Like I said previously, I really like to do prepping or any type of prep work for the new seasons in the middle of the summer, especially since the new expansion will be coming out in the beginning of 2022, and the main reason is because of Solstice of Heroes. I'm playing all these activities that I normally would stay away from, like regular lost sectors or nightmare hunts or just anything out of the norm to complete my armor objectives. It really helps out to prep now since you're playing those other tasks that you normally wouldn't play. During this time, I feel like I have more motivation because I want to complete the armor sets for all three characters. So this allows me to grind out resources like upgrade modules, enhancement cores, and stuff like that. Whereas normally when I get this late in the season, I'm not really prepping for the next season or prepping for an expansion because I want to play the Crucible or I want to do what I want to do. I necessarily don't have the motivation. But during the summertime with Solstice of Heroes, I'm always grinding out and prepping. And since Bungie has pushed the expansion back further than what it normally is, I know it's really early to even talk about prepping for the next expansion, but I would still start working on it now because you never know what next season will bring. You don't know how the future events will be, so it's best to start as soon as possible. And personally, I always like to grind out for god rolled weapons each season to begin with because I don't want to go back to the Wild Hunt season. I don't even remember what it was called. I don't even want to go back to the Splicer season and have to play old content or go back to Battlegrounds and play old content to grind out older weapons. At the end of the day, Bungie can make nerfs or buffs at any given moment. The meta can always change from PvE to PvP, so it's always best to be prepared. The instance with Anarchy. Anarchy's getting a nerf. We knew it was coming. Now Anarchy's not going to be a top dog like it used to be anymore. I think a lot of it's going to end up going to Witherhoard, or this could be a last hurrah for tick damage grenade launchers to begin with, like Witherhoard and Anarchy, since they have the Breach and Clear mod. You never know. DPS could change, everything can change, so it's always best to be prepared. And I want to play the new content. I don't want to go back and play old content. So right now, if you get ready, grind out for enhancement cores, upgrade modules, prisms, shards, get your godly weapons in now while you're completing armor objectives so you can complete the Solstice event, then you might as well just go ahead and get to work on it. I don't think you should wait. Now, if you aren't concerned with Solstice event or you're really not grinding out those armor objectives, then this video really isn't for you. The Solstice of Heroes is always what gets me going to grind out for those packages because you get extra resources, and that's really what I'm after because I'm used to grinding out all of this stuff because I'm used to expansion coming a lot sooner, but unfortunately it's not coming to the beginning of 2022, so you could wait if you want to, but for me, I like getting the packages, and that's just something that I like to do. I like to start early, and I like to make sure that I'm prepared for the next season, and next season does start on August 24th. Like I said, if you need more motivation, be sure to complete those exotic catalysts. So basically, as you play these other activities, you can use those exotics and complete the catalyst while you're grinding for resources and other god rolled weapons or playing the Solstice of Heroes events. I have 2 new build guides coming out very soon, so be on the lookout for those. I want to thank you all for coming and watching. If you like this content, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. It is greatly appreciated, and I appreciate all my viewers. Follow me on Instagram at Zaynomics to stay up to date with the latest information regarding my channel, or if you need help with any of the activities that I spoke about inside of this video, whether it's a raid, Crucible, Gambit, anything like that, we can always fire team up. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all in the next video.